Good morning, good morning. It is Gratitude Monday. You know I love Mondays. I know I'm one of those weird people, but I love Mondays. And I especially love today because today is my 9-year-old's 9th birthday. So my mini Madeline, as I like to call her, is not so mini anymore. And she is 9. She is in her last single year birthday. Never again will she have a single year birthday. And so I actually asked her, some of you may have seen my post yesterday, because we actually started to celebrate her birthday early because today is crazy. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Nancy. So excited to have you join me today. So some of you may have posted or seen me post yesterday as we start to celebrate Mini Madeline's birthday yesterday, that I asked her what her favorite thing about turning 9 was, and she goes, because I'll finally be done with this decade. And if you know my Madeline, she can be a little dramatic sometimes, and she's kind of a performer. One time I asked her what her favorite thing was, and she said, I like to be on stage, and she's in the theater club, and I said, why do you like to be on stage? And she goes, well, that's kind of my thing. And she's just like so funny. She has all these little Madelineisms, and I love to celebrate that with her. And my other daughter, Lydia, I love to celebrate with her, but because it's Madeline's birthday today, I'm just talking about kind of cherishing her a little bit and nurturing her interests and supporting her and encouraging her, and how important it is to celebrate the different personalities in our kids and our friends and in ourselves. And so today, when you're looking at today, and in Wisconsin here, you know, it's 38 degrees, so I've got my fleece on, but it's a beautiful sunny day, and I'm going to celebrate that by getting outside a little bit later and just taking a mental break after lunch just to walk around my office complex, get the mail, kind of just breathe a little bit. But I think it's so important that in the chaos of the world, in the busyness of the day-to-day, sometimes we forget to just step back and celebrate. Celebrate milestones. Celebrate small wins in business, personal life. Celebrate just taking advantage to celebrate. And so today, you know, the reason we started celebrating on Saturday for her birthday, and then she was able to open like all of her gifts yesterday. I'm so thankful for my their grandparents, which are my parents, from Cincinnati. They kind of mailed up some gifts for her. So on Saturday she opened the gifts that Joel and I and Lydia gave her, and then yesterday she opened up the gifts from my parents, and we were able to talk to my parents and sing happy birthday to her and just celebrate some of her interests, which fortunately for my family happens to be cooking and baking. So there was a lot of cooking and baking going on in our house this past weekend, which is great for the taste buds, not always so great for the waistline. But anyway, today it's kind of a busy day. She's got a field trip at school. Then after school, I have teacher conferences with both the girls' teachers. There's volleyball. We probably won't even get home until 6:30, and then we gotta eat, and then it's bedtime at 8. It's like jam-packed, which is, you know, frankly, a typical day for us. But even in the midst of all that, I had time to go get a unicorn balloon. So when I pick her up, she's going to have a birthday balloon. So she has something today besides her field trip that we get to celebrate. So today, what are some things you can celebrate today? And looking ahead for this week, what are some things that you can celebrate this week? Maybe you have a big project at work that you are going to be able to accomplish and get done, and you can celebrate like, yes, that project is done. Take the time before you move on to the next project and celebrate the win that you accomplished that. Maybe you have a child who, like my other daughter, Lydia, it's her last volleyball game today. And they've had a kind of a rough season, but the girls, even though they don't have a winning season, all the girls on the team have never played volleyball before, and they're getting better. They've won some matches within games, and they're starting to talk to each other better, and they're starting to go after balls and be more assertive so that they can volley back and forth. And it's really neat to be able to celebrate where they are now compared to where they were before. Even when things aren't going as well, what can you celebrate along the way? You know, some of the projects that I work on are like months in the making. Like I'm in the process of a big project right now that I've been working on for over a year, and I keep tweaking it and changing it because I listen to what people tell me, and I want to create something that people need and that solve people's problems. So I started out creating this great project and then realized that, you know, I'm not answering the questions that people are asking. So I had to go back and basically do the whole thing over. And then now I'm creating something that's going to solve people's problems. Well, guess what? I celebrated a small win in realizing that what I thought people wanted wasn't what they wanted. So I had to change what I was doing, because I don't want to put something out there that people don't want. I want to help people, and I can't help people if I don't listen to what they need. So I had to celebrate a win in the fact that I recognized that. So sometimes you might work on something, and then in the middle of it, you have to change course. Celebrate the fact that you recognize that and can move forward. Good morning, Diane. Thanks for joining. So today, when you go out, I want you to think about what small wins can you celebrate today? What milestones are happening? Maybe it's a birthday, maybe it's an anniversary, maybe it's a project that is being finished, or a book that's being written and going to be published. Maybe it's you've been doing simple things like you meal planned, or you went shopping and you got the items for the project that you want to start. Whatever it might be, what can you celebrate today and take that small win and take that mild momentum and move forward with it? And then when you've accomplished something, celebrate that before you go to the next thing. Sometimes we're so rushed and getting to the next thing that we don't pause for a minute and say, hey, I did that. I accomplished that. This went really, really well, and the next time I do something, maybe I could tweak this and it could go even better. Or you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, because imperfect action is better than no action. And sometimes when you start to move forward on something, you realize that you might need to change course, or that it's good enough, or maybe it's not perfect, but it's good for what I need it to be. So today, just celebrate some wins, celebrate some milestones, and enjoy the moment. Give a great day. Thank you.